It's your boy, Shiitake Smitty.
Hi everyone. Bad news. I had a plan for a video, didn't exactly work out. It was going to be a Twitch stream. I was going to clip it, all the good parts, turn into a YouTube video for y'all. Didn't work out. I don't know how settings work. Didn't record my voice during it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do the #1 love story in the Mushroom Kingdom, written by William Shroomspear himself. This is like the 4th time I recorded this audio, because either I fuck up the impression, or my chair creaks too much, or dumb shit like that. I hope y'all are ready. This is a classic. Y'all hate Romeo by the end. Promise. Alright, set stage. We're in Italy. Sometime after they do the awesome Roman Empire thing, sometime before they lose their shit and go fascist. There's a brawl in the streets between the servants of 2 families, the Montagues and the Capulets. I don't know if that's how they're pronounced, so we're just going with that. I'm reading off the Wikipedia page. So the Prince of Verona comes in during this fight, intervenes, stops it, declares any breach of the peace will be punished by death. Trying to get the fight to be over, he's fucking pissed, it's annoying. So later on, after that happens, this guy Count Paris comes in, talks to Lord Capulet about marrying his daughter Juliet. I just want you to know, Juliet's like 13, never states how old this Count Paris guy is. Let's just assume 40, he's a creep. At least Daddy Capulet does the right thing, and he's like, wait 2 more years, even though it should be like, yo bro, stop trying to raid the goddamn cradle. Mr. Capulet himself invites Count Paris to this ball they're having, throwing a fucking rager that night, I guess. And even though he's like, get away from my daughter, he gets invited to the party. We're not gonna question it, we're just gonna accept it. The story kinda sucks. So meanwhile to that, Romeo is talking to his boy / cousin, Benvolio. Romeo's depressed, Benvolio's like, what's up dog? Turns out Romeo's into this guy, Rosaline, but she's like, doesn't reciprocate. Good for her. She's like the only one who gets off lucky during this goddamn story. Since Benvolio's one of the boys, he tries to help. He's like, yo, Romeo, let's go to the Capulet Rager tonight. Maybe you can see that girl Rosaline. Romeo's like, hell yeah, let's do that. So they go, even though they're not supposed to be going, because, you know, their families are fighting. Romeo sees Juliet during this ball, and immediately falls in love with her, head over heels, basically in like less than 3 seconds. Romeo would have made a good E3 and below in the US military, let me tell you. Most horrifying thing, Juliet, for some reason, automatically returns the feelings. Bro, you're 13, chill the hell out. Then steps in the biggest asshole in this story, Juliet's cousin Tybalt. He's pissed off that Romeo and his boys, Benvolio and Mercutio, I didn't mention earlier, he's there, he's a part of the story, he's important now, alright? He's pissed that they're there, he's gonna fight on sight. Then Mr. Capulet's like, yo, chill the hell out dog, the prince will kill our ass. Tybalt's like, you know what, you right? Romeo and company then get a slap on the wrist, told that was a bad idea, they leave the party. You think that stops Romeo dipshit Montague? Hell no. He comes back even later when the party's over, sneaks into like the goddamn orchard to find Juliet through a window. He comes in and he can hear her talking about her family's hatred for the Montagues. Romeo decides to make himself known. Gonna tell her how he feels. He's like, I love you, bitch. I ain't ever gonna stop loving you, bitch. Some reason that works. Juliet's like, alright. So they agreed to be married. I don't know if like 3 hours have passed yet. This is definitely like not even 12 though. Like not even half a day has passed. This is their first conversation. They're gonna get married. So next day, I'm assuming that means like 6 hours later, sunrise, they find Friar Lawrence, who agrees to marry them to recounsel the families through the Children's Union. I'm assuming he didn't ask too many questions on like, did you just meet or anything? Because like, why would he need to, right? Maybe it was a clue that they were getting secretly married that should have tipped him off. Hindsight's 20/20, you know what I mean though? Ah yes,
Welcome to the Shiitake Smitty halftime show. This is where I'd like to inform you that during production, to keep up this stupid annoying voice that I've been doing, I've had to guzzle an ungodly amount of liquids as my roommate sits across the room staring at me in disbelief. Thank you, and I hope you are having a wonderful time.
So back at it. During all this, Tybalt, still somehow pissed off from Romeo entering the ball, decides to challenge Romeo to a duel. Romeo, though, since he married into the family, he's like, yo, we homies now. Bro, we shouldn't be doing this. Mercutio, somehow offended by this shit, is like, Romeo, you bitch, I'll fight on your behalf. Mercutio and Tybalt go at it. As Romeo's trying to break up the fight, though, Tybalt gets a fatal wound onto Mercutio. Romeo, pissed off, grief-stricken, because it is his fault, he kills Tybalt right there. Really just goes from we're family to murder mode real fast, instant. So because of this, the prince is rightly pissed. He just lost a family member to this shit. Turns out he was related to Mercutio. I don't know how we were supposed to know this till now. And he said stop fighting, got his family killed. He's pissed. But Benvolio, some sort of God-given lawyer, convinces him that Romeo justly executed Tybalt for the murder of Mercutio. So the prince is like, alright, I'll let you slide, but you gotta be banished. It's that type of banishment, though, if you come back you get executed. You think that scared off the genius that is Romeo? No, he secretly spends the night in Juliet's chamber, her room, they consummate the marriage to get it on, even though, he might die if he gets caught. Think about that, he's in his enemy's house too. Even though they're family, no one knows, it's dumb all around. So afterwards, obviously, Juliet's pretty upset because her cousin's dead, her husband murdered him, just got laid, and now her husband's gotta leave. Somehow, Lord himself, Capulet, misinterprets Juliet's grief and decides to marry her to Count Paris. That makes sense, and then goes even farther by threatening to disown her if she doesn't become Paris's joyful bride. Shouldn't she be happy to be disowned because she wants to be with Romeo? Think about that. She pleads for the marriage to be delayed, but then her mom swoops in, rejects that idea, shoots it right down. Juliet visits Friar Lawrence for help, like he's supposed to help with anything, and he's sitting there
maybe this is the result from having a secret marriage. Maybe this wouldn't go and work out like I thought it would.
So he offers her an amazing idea. He pulls out of the air, for some reason he has this, a potion that'll put her in a death-like coma. This guy should be just investigated for even having this on his person, but we're not going to question it for now, the story needs to go on. He gives it to her, and he's like, I'm going to send a message to Romeo to tell us the plan. I'm telling you right now, that message doesn't get there. This plan was doomed from the start. Somehow no one else saw it. Hindsight's 20/20, I guess. Because apparently everyone's dramatic in this goddamn story. The night before her wedding to Count Paris, that's when Juliet takes the fake poison in a death-like coma. Her family finds her, throws her in the family crypt. Guess they had those back then. Romeo doesn't get the message, as I said earlier, and he's like, well, fuck it, time to end it all. Buys some poison on the street, because apparently this shit's just available, and goes to where she is laid to rest, supposedly. Because again, everyone's dramatic. Romeo has to drink the poison next to Juliet in the crypt, where he runs into who should have been the husband / cradle robber himself, Count Paris. Count Paris sees Romeo and automatically on the spot decides this man's a grave robber, gotta kill him. But at this point, Romeo's got a body count going. He then manages to kill Count Paris, who again I'm assuming is old, so he didn't really have much of a chance in this fight. With his path of destruction somehow not over yet, Romeo drinks the poison next to Juliet, dies for the good of humanity. Juliet wakes up, sees Count Pear's dead on the floor, sees Romeo dead next to her, takes Romeo's dagger, kills herself so she can be with him in the afterlife. Her family comes to visit her grave, sees 3 corpses around. Friar Lawrence then decides it's a great time to tell him what happened. Somehow he's not accomplice in like several people's deaths. The families finally decide, since it's more than servants dying now, to put the fight behind him. The prince is like, thank God, you're finally doing it. Friar Lawrence gives a speech about star-crossed lovers. The end. I do want to say, before I let y'all go, I need you to think about the destruction Romeo has caused, right? Because he's an idiot. Mercutio got killed. He killed Tybalt directly. Then he goes, kills Count Paris because he can't explain himself. Then he kills himself, that's 4 people. Then, because again, he's an idiot, Juliet sees this and kills herself. Romeo literally ends this stupid story with a kill count of 5, ended it with a higher career KD than I have in Call of Duty. The end.
Ah yes, the end of our sad lover's tale. I hope all of you who watched this have learned something about classic literature and have enjoyed yourselves. Maybe we'll do another reading by the works of William Shakespeare another time. Until then, subscribe if you liked the video, dislike it if you disliked it. I am out.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.